Yanni's son-in-law takes us to the pens and gives us a look at important traits for MEATMASTER breeding stock from nose to tail.
Maybe I can just quickly go through a ram or two with you. Okay, if we go with the rams, we can start with the head. We want a nice big head. We talk about Roman shape, that round on the nose. Both of those rams have examples of good Roman heads. And we talk about character, if they have the wrinkles, so we want them to have nice character. We don't want it to be smooth, we like the wrinkles and everything on the nose, yeah. And then if we go to the chest area, we want this to be prominent, to stand out a bit at the front. Yeah, it has to have good depth there, so it has a good natural movement in it. And then if we go to the middle part of the ram, we also want nice depth, good length, and then the width here is very important. That's where the weight sits as well. And the hindquarters, we don't want a round, like I'm going to use the example of the dorpers. We don't want a round muscle there. We want a long muscle. So we don't want to see a round picture at the MEATMASTER. We want to see an oval picture the whole time. Nothing must get round. Everything must stay oval and long. Everything on the MEATMASTER, it must be length, guys, to have good length.
Now why?
Everything is just for the movement, and it comes with lambing ease as well. The more muscle you put on an animal, your fertility rate goes down.
That's very insightful.
Yeah.
One of the primary advantages of the MEATMASTER sheep is its ability to thrive and be highly fertile in harsh African conditions. The Dorper breeders that I met with during my trip in Africa cited a 100 to a 110% fertility rate on their flocks versus the 120% fertility rate that Signalberg has for their MEATMASTERs. The long and oval build of the MEATMASTER also enables it to walk long distances, which is often required to walk from either paddock to paddock or when walking to water points, which are often few and far between.
If we talk about this mustn't be flat. It has to have a shape like this. Yes. This one has a more flatter top line. It's not too flat, but it definitely has a flatter top line, where this one has that perfect slope for us. That is the one that we are looking for. Yes, lambing ease.
So basically, if you've got a flat top, you're going to have lambs that get stuck.
Yes. This contributes to lambing ease, that slope that you have there. Yeah.
Interesting. Now talk about the tails. This one looks thinner and this one's a bit bigger.
If we can say this would be our ideal tail that we want to use on the farm. It has enough reserves so that you can carry that lamb through the tough times and everything. This lamb has good body fat over the whole ram, not only on the tail. But this is a good indication of good body fat as well.
The MEATMASTER's ability to store and utilize fat is one of its primary advantages, but, unless carefully managed, can become a disadvantage when the carcasses enter the mainstream food supply chain. Simply stated, fat that accumulates anywhere outside of the tail creates a fattier meat than is desired by the consumer. For this reason, Signalberg prioritizes keeping the fat within the tail, and not developing a breeding stock that accumulates excessive amounts of fat outside of the tail.
I told you that we don't get discriminated on our carcasses that we produce because the fat is over here and it doesn't accumulate around here where you would get penalized on the carcass. But this here is perfect. They take this part off when we get our dressing percentage. They take this part off, so we don't get discriminated at all about this fatter tail.
In raising and breeding the MEATMASTER sheep for the meat industry, breeders must be careful that the fat distribution remains largely in the tail, and not on the carcass itself. When taken to the abattoirs, known as butchering facilities in the USA, the MEATMASTER carcass is often downgraded if the fat distribution impacts the meat ratio on that carcass. This is one of the primary challenges that MEATMASTER breeders face. However, when a perfect balance can be achieved, a balance which includes all of the fertility, the resilience and the hardiness of the Damara, and the consistent carcass quality of the Dorper, it creates an ideal flock for the harsh African conditions.
So basically we combine the meat qualities of the Dorper with all the herd instinct and the easy fleshing and the parasite and everything from the African side, from the Damara side.
It's very important for us to don't give away all the long list from the African type for the carcass of that, the list is so small.
Yes, but
And
That's the real importance, is that we want a really good carcass, but we don't want to lose all the good qualities from the. So that's why we should have the middle.
balance.
The profitability of the MEATMASTER relies on keeping a perfect balance between the African side of its genetics and the European side of its genetics. The African side being represented by the Damara sheep, and the European side being represented by the Dorper sheep. A sheep becomes imbalanced when traits from one side begin to dominate at the expense of good traits from the other side. The African side contributes the resilience and fertility to the breed, while the European side contributes to the carcass quality that gives the sheep a desirability in the mainstream food supply chain. In order to maintain this balance, both within their own flock and for their customers who buy their breeding stock, Signalberg keeps rigorous records.
So we do the genotype selection as well as the phenotype selection. We use our numbers and our papers of each ewe and each ram, and we can see how they perform and how has their mother performed and how has their father performed. So on that we can also select and see, okay, this ewe his fertility is a bit low. She must have all the other traits that we want, otherwise she has to go out. So we take those numbers, we sit here and check which should stay and which should go out, and then we go into the kraal and then we start selecting for our phenotypes. We need sheep that are able to walk, sheep that are correct balance in their feet. We are not able to give away on our meat carcass and our fertility.
in our industry we talk about the middle of the road, right in between the characteristics of the Dorper side and what the Damara brings to you. We want to be right in the middle of that, and when we do our selection we try to keep on that middle road.
For the full 35-minute documentary from Signalberg MEATMASTER in Namibia, Africa, click the first link in the description of this video and I will email you access for free. Or tap the video on screen now for a complete summary of my trip to Southern Africa.